Okay, so just before we begin, I just wanted to point out something. If you go to the leaderboards for the time trials on every single level, the top time seems to be that. Somebody by the nickname of KGVD5 has a record of 0.01 seconds. Now, every level I've looked at so far seems to have that time. I don't know what it is they've done. I want to know who they are and how they have done this. They've obviously managed to find some sort of glitch or have hacked the game in some way that's allowed them to finish in that time frame. I've looked at like 6 levels with this and they all seem to have it. I'm guessing it's like that on all the other islands as well. I haven't really looked at anything on Island 2. And, you know, if they've done that on Stormy Ascent, I want to know what they did. I really want, because that would have made getting the gold relic in Stormy Ascent a lot easier. Also, that tree kind of looks like an elephant. But anyway, hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of the Crash Bandicoot n.sane Trilogy. This Let's Play, I really should have finished Crash 1 by this point, but my laptop decided to just not turn on. Something went wrong with the hard drive. But thankfully, although I lost all of my videos, everything else is a-okay. I don't know why my pictures are still there and the videos aren't, but it doesn't matter. It's mainly just my Sonic Heroes LP anyway, which is all on YouTube, so it doesn't matter to me. But last time we spent quite a long time pointlessly in Cortex Power, and I did play that level as Crash. I did the previous video as Crash when I should have done it as Coco because I wanted to alternate between each part. So both this part and the next one, I will be playing as Coco, just to make up for it. But one level I still haven't gone back to yet, after I got the blue gem in Toxic Waste, that allowed me to go back to Cortex Power and take the blue gem path, but another level that had a blue gem path in it was Rolling Stones, so we can go back to this level now and do the gem path here. Come on. Yeah, make sure you jump on this one, because I don't, in the original, I'm not sure about in this version. That was badly timed. In the original, if you wouldn't be able to get that Brio token if the crate was destroyed through the TNT explosion. You had to jump on that crate. Then again, in that version, you didn't need to worry about the embryo tokens. You know, I think they helped with saving the game, but that was it. Oh, here. That was a weird sound I just made. Come on, Coco. Break it. There we go. I got hit, so I didn't become invincible. Oh, yeah, you have got to watch out for that. That happens every once in a while. I think I missed the Brio thing. Did I miss the Brio thing? I think it was in that bouncy thing. Or is it right at the end of the level? I think it's right at the end of the level. I'm paranoid! I played Crash 1 multiple times. You wouldn't know about the stuff I say. I mean, I've played the n.sane Trilogy version once, but you know, I've played the original a number of times. As much as many other people, I never played the game until 2015, but I've played the game. I swear. So here it is. Now, if you can't jump down here before the platform is here, or you still can't jump down there anyway, because it's just going to act as though it's a bottomless pit, which, you know, makes sense, because there's no way of getting back up. So, the fact that it's a bottomless pit, you know, makes sense, but you can't jump down. Like, if I was to then just jump off of that platform and jump down there, oh, there we go. I would have still died. So you can't cheat your way down there. That applies to the original as well. Hopefully this Brio one shouldn't be too hard, because it's first, second one, whichever it is. Yeah, that was fine. Why doesn't this explosion hurt me? How does he do that? I can now imagine just Brio just trying that out, and then he does like what Mr. Burns does in an episode of The Simpsons. Like he creates the smoke cloud, and he's laughing away as though he's supposed to get away, and he's just at the door. I can now just imagine that happening. There we go, we got the gem, which means we're now going to go all the way back to the third island, because we got another boss fight coming up. And it's the one that I really, really hate. Not because of the fight, just because of what happens in the continuity afterwards. It's not really brought up in the games. I'm not sure which game it's mentioned in. It's probably a spin-off or something. Again, I've only played the main ones. Just all the 3D mainstream ones, excluding Titans DX. Which I do have. I just haven't played it yet. So maybe it's in something else, but apparently Torna, despite the actions we're going to rescue her, dumps us for this guy at some point after this game, Pinstripe Potoroo. Which I have to fight as Crash. I really wish Coco could do the boss fights. I mean, there's no reason she can't. You know, the final boss maybe, but why not this one? This guy seems extremely violent for the kind of game this is. I mean, I guess it can be said he's a mafia boss of some kind, but yeah, you gotta hide behind the chairs and then just hit him when he moves away. Look at that Cortex's eyes there. I know it really doesn't look like you should be. It looks like you should be getting hit, but you won't. It is one thing that catches you off guard. As long as Crash is in that animation, you will be fine. Even though it doesn't look like you should be fine. Yeah. Whoop. Wait. Yeah, you gotta attack him once his health is halfway down. You gotta attack him when his. Oh, that's I was slightly off there. His gun will jam, and that's when you can attack him now. He does move though. He's pretty quick. Oh, get a bounty knife crash. Oh, slightly off. Okay, so when it comes to the final hit, he will jump onto the table, and that's when you got to attack him. It will always be on that table, because that looks cool. And now Torna's gonna dump him, gonna dump us for him. How ungrateful is she? Go through all this to rescue her, and she just dumps us for Pinstripe. He's not even a Bandicoot. He's a Potoroo, which I think is some sort of rat-like thing. I don't know if it's a rodent or a marsupial, but I imagine it's a marsupial. This is Australia we're talking about. Oh no. Worst level of the game, I think. Yeah, it's way up there. To bounce higher off the flip turtles. Assuming that you've managed to jump on the turtles in the perfect place, because nowhere else is the collision detection in the n.sane Trilogy worse than this level. Including this part right here. Again, it's perfectly possible to make all those platforms appear, but it still won't act like you're actually on them. Even though touching them is what makes them appear in the first place. Let's have a death count here. So that's death number 1. This is probably, next to Stormy Ascent for obvious reasons, this is probably the most difficult relic to get in the entire game. Doesn't matter what the relic is, because they're all hard. Just because completing this level in one go is hard. And you gotta try and do it under a time limit where even the Sapphire relic can be annoying. Death number 3, I think. I got 3 or 4. Anyway, I can count it at the end. Yeah, these next 2 levels are some of my least favorites. We have the high road, and it's immediately followed by slippery climb. Thankfully, the high road. Oh, no, now how is he floating in the air? The high road doesn't have a color gem, so I can do this with as many deaths as I want. You know, besides my life counter, which shouldn't be a problem. I'm not going to die here 99 times. I believe the warthogs do slightly follow you. Like, if they will move to the left or right, should you move to the left or right. And I swear, sometimes they seem to move a little bit further ahead to where they're supposed to go. If you're near to them. That went well. By the way, we're on the... See, look at that! What was that? I made the platform appear, so I should have been able to stand on it. This level easily suffered the worst into the n.sane Trilogy. Like, of all 3 games, this level has suffered the worst. Come on. We're not going to get anywhere here. Jump. Jump. These small jumps are the worst ones. Well, at least I had the pity Aku Aku, but that only works for that one. Because there's plenty more where that came from. You gotta make sure that these guys are the absolute furthest along the platform as they can go in this version. Particularly ones like this. And by the way, these turtles count as enemies. You can't touch them. I mean, they're the same turtles that we had in like the early levels. I mean, I killed some just back in the Rolling Stones. So we gotta make sure that we don't get hit by them, which on platforms such as this is really annoying. And of course, should you hit one... Oh, this one's so annoying. Should you hit one, it dies. So... Oh boy. I mean, I think they come back out. But, no. Come on. Ah! I've died to his head. Yeah, if they hit you, and you have an Aku Aku mask, it will die. Which means that you've pretty much missed out your chance. I swear these guys are bigger in this version. Either they're bigger or the bridge is thinner. See, it's unlikely I can make this jump now. But this one's really particularly annoying because there are times where I land on him and I still seem to die. I don't know why, but I land on him and I still die. Even though he's perfectly capable of floating in the air, even on that broken platform. Platforms don't fall when he's there, and you know, I may be taller, but I'm pretty sure these guys are heavier. Whoa! Just gonna stand here. Again, once you've gone past the bit where they... Once you've off-screened them, they don't come back. So there's that at the very least. See, that part's easy. This part's not. Right, make sure you get this one. Make sure you get this one. I have missed him. And I have been extremely annoyed when that has happened. No. Ooh, just barely. Yeah, we're on the 3rd island. Why is the 3rd island in the background? That's what I was trying to say earlier. A slight error there that existed in the original. And they kept it in here. Even though we're on the 3rd island. Okay, so this one, what I would recommend doing is you want to ignore some boxes. I mean, we had something of the sort before. And you just bounce them like so. Falling from the upper bit to the bottom bit is probably the hardest part. You've got to try and judge where you're going to land. It's a bit more awkward to do in a bigger fall like that. But that's all the boxes. Just gotta go. Actually, these guys are all pretty close to each other, but again, it doesn't cause the platforms to break. Even when I bounce on them, it doesn't cause the platforms to break. Oh, come on. My shadow was on the platform. And the gem was right there. At the very least, that does count as a checkpoint, so I don't need to go very far. But of course, in the original version, you had to do all of this without dying. Once you reached that first checkpoint, you couldn't die. Which still applies when you're going for the relics. And this one is the absolute worst. And you know, it's hard enough to go for the gold. Try going for the platinum. You need to make sure with perfect timing you get onto the ropes. You've got to jump from rope to rope. Sometimes you've got to jump off the rope onto the platforms and back onto the ropes. Sometimes you have to jump on, sometimes you might have to bounce off the turtles, and instead of landing on the next turtle, you have to land on the rope. And the torture still doesn't end. Alright, let's go. This level easily suffered the worst into the Sane Trilogy. Like, of all 3 games, this level has suffered the worst. Slippery climb, and this is a color gem level, so we can't die. And yeah, I was saying just a moment ago that the high road is one of the levels that has suffered the worst when it comes to the n.sane Trilogy. Slippery climb, one of the ones that has suffered the least. This one is actually quite an improvement for one main reason that I'll get into in a moment. One thing that really makes me hate the original version. I mean, besides the fact that your controls aren't quite as heavy as they were before, though that still tends to happen. I never noticed the platform stop. Why does the platform stop moving? I don't know what's on the other side of these. They really glow here. I don't know what that is. They didn't glow in the original. That was some really stupid timing. On my first playthrough when I got to this, it took me for freaking ever. Because, you know, the save point was on the high road. That meant that every single time I got to this level, I kept getting game overs when I got to this level because I died, but you restart with only 4 lives, which meant that I only had 4 lives plus like 2 or however many you get at the start here, however many it was. Which I quickly got through. And there's no save point in this level. In the original. Obviously we save normally now, but there's no toilet emblems in this level. So when I finally ended up beating it, and then I got a game over in the next level. And as such, I then had to do slippery climb again. Which is the real issue when it comes to Crash 1's saving method. Like, I don't know why they decided on that. You know, we've had games that could save before, you know, they weren't too common on the SNES and the Mega Drive, but they existed. So I don't know why it was so hard here. Why couldn't we just have a save point on the main menu? This is going so well. And here I was saying that this level had improved. Well, I meant in one particular aspect. Everything else that made this level difficult is still very much here, including one particular jump that I'm not a fan of. And this, as of now, is the easy version of this level trope. Slippery climb was one of the... yeah, I think it's pretty much the only one, unless you count Generator Room. It's the only one where the level trope only appeared once in the game. That's because the other version of this level trope was Stormy Ascent, which is, of course, it got cut from the final game. Until now. Even for like a month or so, it was still... this was still the only time it was in the game. But this is the main reason I hated Slippery Climb. Those birds, they're fine here. But in the originals, the collision detection on those birds is about as bad as what just happened there. Yeah, by the way, there's only one checkpoint in this level. Now, what I was trying to say earlier, multiple times, was the collision detection on the birds in the original version were horrible. Like, so many times, I just jumped on the bird and died. Like, you're supposed to bounce off of them. But there are... see, now, you know, in the original I can still do that. I can just jump on the side of them and I'd still bounce off. But there are times where I jump on them and then I just died, even though that's what you're supposed to do. And obviously doing that... wow, it's a good thing I had an Aku Aku mask. That's how many times I died. And of course doing that meant that I missed out on my gem. And I had to restart the level so many times because of that. If it didn't already happen on the first part. Before the checkpoint. That was badly timed. Now I don't know if the bird actually comes back or if you have to go to the off-screen section of it. There we go. Where did it come from? There we go. But I hate, I dread if I was to ever do Stormy Ascent. Back to the start. If I was to ever do Stormy Ascent, in the original version, which I don't have, well, I don't have a PS1, let alone a Game Shark, unless it works on a PS2 or something, which would require me to get a copy of Crash 1, but I don't think that would be too hard. And you know, play the original Stormy Ascent, where you only had to do it, where you couldn't die after reaching the first checkpoint, which, you know, technically still applies to the time trial, but try doing it with the collision detection on these birds. By the way, your shadow is so much harder to see in this version. And it wasn't particularly easy to see in the original. I hate doing that. Really hate doing that. There's a more annoying one later on. Yeah, by the way, in the original these things are just hands, rather than having actual heads. You couldn't see anything else, it was just the hand. By the way, it's raining now. I don't know why. It's just raining now. You know, despite being called slippery climb, you're really not climbing that much in the level. A lot of it's horizontal. Oh dear. Oh no. I forgot the game did. Yeah, okay. Wait, that just makes my life harder. That doesn't help me. Well, great. I forgot. I don't know if the original did that or not. I don't think it did, but in... Yeah. And I believe we did see it in earlier levels. I'm panicking now. Die enough times, and a different crate becomes a checkpoint that wasn't initially there. Which means that I can't die here now, because that's now a checkpoint. Thank you, game. That's very helpful. I don't mind you doing that in Crash 2 or 3. But in Crash 1, you know, okay, it's only on like 6 or 7 levels, but still. I hate these freaking stairs. That's why I hate these freaking stairs. Nope. Let's try it again. Oop. These platforms go faster in Stormy Ascent. Stormy Ascent is home to one particular jump right at the end. It's the last jump, as you'd expect, but I hate it so much. Ugh. Go up here. Oop, barely land on it. Ah! Thank you, Aku Aku. For now. See, this is a climb. But most of it's not a climb. Same applies to Stormy Ascent. You're going up it for the most part. It's more of an ascent than this is a climb, but in Stormy Ascent there's actually parts where you're going downwards. I mean, I guess sometimes you gotta go down to go up. There is a Brio token here as well. Now, this is where the normal checkpoint is. So if I didn't die so many times to cause that checkpoint to appear, this would be now where we couldn't die. So as you'd expect, Slippery Climb is considered to be one of the game's most difficult levels. It's different. Sunset Vista and Slippery Climb are like seen as the two most difficult, and the lab. And it's weird just for different reasons. Like Slippery Climb, it's a short level, just a really hard one. Sunset Vista, it doesn't really have too much in the platforming that's difficult, except for a few bits here and there. It's because it's long that makes it difficult. There's so many sections where you can't die. I get so paranoid on this level. Every time I play it. I mean, when I'm playing Crash 1, I get paranoid on almost any level. Ooh. Yeah, see, this is barely a climb. But I'm going downwards. Now I'm climbing. Okay. Yeah, you can jump on them. Just like most other enemies, you can jump on them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've died there at some point. Right, it's a checkpoint. Not that it means much, because I'm doing it, as that said right there. It's telling me that this is a level I can't die in. I can die there, thankfully. It's a still die in the bonus room. Right, this bonus room does have its fair share of annoyingly placed TNT crates. Which, you know, I hate the TNT crates at the moment because they are what really seems like causing lag. And yeah, all the lag that's in these videos, I should point out, it's not actually the game that's lagging. It's just my software. Whoops. Yeah, that's particularly nasty when you got to try and avoid. And you want to know what? Wait, you know, I'll get more into it. Wow, that was badly timed. Yeah, I'm actually going to get more into what I was about to say in Stormy Ascent. It, you know, more appropriate there because it's about Stormy Ascent. Yeah, the lag is my software. It's not even the recording software, it's the editing software. As it exports the video, for some reason it used to cause a lot of lag, especially when there's TNT crates exploding. I mean, it does it in multiple areas. You know, it seems to do it almost every few seconds at some point. But this is exporting when it's doing that. I don't know how I can stop it. Maybe it's just my sucky software. Because so far it's not exactly been the most reliable, so I've been using it in Fraction and Clanking. It seems to work fine now. It seems to be getting progressively worse as I continue to use it. And now all of a sudden it can't... I pretty much have to export each video twice, because the first time, when I start the recording, you know, you'd expect a number of things like this. It freezes. For like a very brief moment right as you begin the recording. But the sound is still going. Like the video freezes, but the sound is still going. So what I end up with is like really off-sync sound, which, you know, has plagued a number of my videos. Whoa! Like with some of my once again my failed countdown to Sonic Forces stuff. Like Sonic 06 and Sonic Unleashed have a lot of sound lag. And for some reason, when it was exporting Sonic 06, it for some reason really cut off at the end of the video. I don't know why it did that, because that video doesn't finish there. There was more to the video. Not anything relevant, it was stuff I actually missed when editing. Right, this is that platform I was talking about. I hate this part, I hate this part. Ah, back to the start I go.
One eternity later.
Right. Let's go, I want out of this level. Right, these last three birds. These last three birds in the original, I've died on this bird, jumping onto him. Yes, even that one bird. I have died on that one bird. Speaking of dying, die! Ah! What did I miss? What did I miss? I'm gonna die doing this.
Three hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Die! Come on! Yay! Land on the platform! Oh, this part has taken me almost an hour. This part has taken me almost an hour, but it's finally done. Now I've got to try and compress it into just the 20-odd minute video. I apologize for the strange noises coming from the other side of the door. That is it. Lights out. Actually, it's very dark in here. I'm turning the lights on. That's it. I'm done. This was one more. This is recorded all for one part. It has taken me 55 minutes to record 3 levels and a boss fight. Oh, I am turning into that guy who was always in those "this is how you don't play" videos. I haven't really watched any of those videos. I don't really want to, but God, I feel like that guy. Only I keep getting angry at my own mistakes, not blaming the game. Why did I compliment Slippery Climb when I went in there? And that was the easy way. You know what? I can die in Stormy Ascent. I can die in Stormy Ascent. It's not the easy one. It's not the hard one. Stormy Ascent is the easy one. Man. Right, well, regardless, I may as well sort of go into the next one. I'm taking a 10-minute break. Other than that, I will just go straight into the next part, because it's only one part! And half of it is my deaths in Slippery Climb. Another quarter of it is my deaths in the high road. Just go. Just end the video.